Members of the Clay, Lowndes, Naacp, and Oktibbeha County branches of the NAACP are calling on judges to grant more parole requests for nonviolent offenders.
They believe the chance for parole could help reunite families and reduce the prison population. Stephen Pimpo is live outside the courthouse and has the story. Stephen?
Andrea Winston, thank you. Concerned community members joined the leaders for our local NAACP branches right here this afternoon. Many of them held pictures of some of those inmates who are eligible for parole after all these years. Some of them have served as many as 10 to 30 years behind bars. But the judge I spoke with today says he really doesn't have any faith in the parole board's decision-making process. He says they've released inmates only to have the worst happen.
I stand here today in the gap for Michael Shotwell, who was 61 years old. He was sentenced in 1993 in Circuit Court District 16 with a 60-year sentence for the small sale of drugs.
The chance for nonviolent offenders to just be considered for parole is what brought together leadership from NAACP branches across the Golden Triangle Wednesday.
You got a lot of people that's incarcerated that have served over 25% of their sentence and have not even been up for parole, but they're eligible.
It's an experience Ernest Sykes knows all too well.
28 years, 2 months. Fitted out sale of crack cocaine.
In 2014, the Mississippi State Legislature passed HB 585, which allows people who were convicted of a nonviolent offense and sentenced under habitual law to petition their judge for parole eligibility after serving 25% of their sentence.
I started petitioning for the old petition in 2014 when it first came available. I was denied 4 or 5 times. I had a great prison record and never gave a reason for denying me.
It's just not 2022. What have they done with that particular law?
NAACP leaders say they want a chance to explain to judges of the 16th Circuit Court why granting more petitions to go before the parole board could help reunite families and reduce the prison population.
Are they sick? Are they in danger of dying because of some illness?
Since that law was passed in 2014, Judge Kitchens says he's only granted 2 petitions for parole eligibility. He says it ultimately stems from a lack of faith in the parole board.
In my experience in the 20 years of doing this job, it's just a numbers game for them, and they don't do a real thorough investigation about whether they should let somebody out or not.
Judge Kitchens points to 2 cases where the parole board let nonviolent offenders out early. Dwayne Perry in Starkville.
And he broke in on July the 5th, 2013 into a 91-year-old man and his 87-year-old wife's home and raped them in their home.
And Joe Earl Smith Jr. of Columbus.
He was released early from prison and he committed a capital murder and strangled Linda Snell to death.
LaVon Harris, president of the NAACP Lowndes County branch, says they want to speak with Judge Kitchens and his colleagues to try and find a way to give a second chance to those who deserve it.
They still have families here. Some of them, they got children, moms, dad. Don't just let them die in the system when they was eligible for parole.
Judge Kitchens also told me he has spoken with several members of this group in the past and would be more than willing to sit down and meet with them, especially to discuss ways to help keep people out of the prison system to begin with. Reporting live in Columbus, Stephen Pimpo, WCBI News.